about the Pan-African dream, some of the concepts that the European Union is also pushing. He has spoken about the financial architecture and the global north and global south perspective. How exactly does the European Union come in? And during your tenure, how exactly have you alleviated some of those problems?
Yeah. So the European Union has been supporting the African Union and the idea of Pan-Africanism from the very start. And I should say, sometimes we felt pretty much alone in that space. So at least in the beginning and even nowadays, there's limited enthusiasm for engagement. And so the EU had many, many ideas and shared its knowledge, because the EU, after all, is an experiment in bringing different nations together and finding the common good and the win-win. So very early on, the European Union financially supported and politically supported. But what we wanted is strong actors in Africa who have the vision and who support it. And I'm very happy when I was very happy when I heard President Ruto's ideas about the reform of the African Union and his vision for a united Africa, especially a united free trade zone. And I think this will be an incredible game changer for Africa. And the EU is very much aligned with that. I would say what the President's ideas are for the AU are 100% the same as the ones the EU has been promoting. And I was very enthusiastic about it and told my headquarters, and we talked about this in Brussels as well with the President. But in regards of the financial architecture of the multilateral system, everybody agrees that multilateralism as it is now is no longer fit for purpose. The world has changed a lot. And if we don't change the multilateral system, it will go down the drain. So we have to adjust and change, but we are all in favor of that. And we have the United Nations, the only hub in the global south of the UN. And we have regular meetings with all the African ambassadors, with Latin American and Caribbean ambassadors, the Asians. Everybody agrees that the UN is worth keeping, that the idea of a global governance is key for the survival of humankind, basically. And the ones who will suffer most are mid-sized countries, because the powerful, they always get their ideas done. They don't need a global governance, but the global governance is there to keep a framework that serves all. And that's why I'm so happy that the President is pushing to have also the African voice powerfully heard. And the EU has supported the idea of a Security Council seat for Africa already for years. Of course, climate for reform is difficult now, but I do think, and the EU is very much working with Kenya and others to have a very ambitious UN reform, because a little bit too late will not do the trick. So we have high hopes for September Ungarn.